Hello and welcome to Narrative Forge Productions. I'm Liam, and in this video I wanted to talk about the next episode of The Mark, episode 6. So in last episode we talked about episode 5, now we're talking about episode 6. So I did want to say that the reason I'm able to upload an episode of The Mark daily is because I have a backlog of episodes I've yet to upload to YouTube. But once I get past that backlog and start having to record and then upload each episode, kind of as I go along with this project, I'll be uploading once a week. So my plan is every Friday morning, but if you follow my social media, then I'll be able to keep you updated on whether or not that changes. But once I get past this backlog, I'm going to upload once a week of The Mark. This show, this series on writing is going to be once a day, a daily thing. And so that means I won't just be talking about The Mark, I'll be talking about other aspects of writing as well. But every week I will return to The Mark and talk about each new episode. In 2 weeks' time, my family's going to be in the process of an international move. So if I do miss a couple of days, then, my apologies. I'll try and make up for that if I do miss any days. But just so you know, if I do miss a couple of days of uploading, then that'll be why. So yeah, episode 6 of The Mark. So Ethan has gotten into the car and is driving away from Tyler's house. And there are 3 other passengers in the car. Amber, of course we know who that is. Sarah, this woman he's never met before. And David, a man he's never met before. We find out Sarah was a soldier. And David, I don't think I'd have to go back and listen to the episode, but I don't know if we know what David does yet. We might. I'd have to check. But anyway, he's in the car, and it's just starting to hit him that, all of this just happened. He's not just imagining it anymore. It actually did just happen. And of course, Amber has experienced Ethan with this nightmare, so she knows he's, she thinks he's just kind of having, nightmares, really. She doesn't really know a whole lot about what's going on. And she also doesn't know that Ethan thinks that these events are related. The dreams, the nightmares, like the dreams of the woman, warning him about the flower, the nightmares, and the creatures. And she doesn't know he thinks all of this is related. She just thinks something's happening. They all introduce themselves, and it turns out they're heading for the police station because that seems, a reasonable pursuit, because it seems like the place you'd probably want to go for answers as to what's going on. Or if there's no answers, then at least tell them something's happening, and then the police can act on that. So they're heading for the police station to either find answers or to alert them to something strange that's happening. Ethan, when they get to the police station, Ethan gets out of the car, and for some reason, perhaps everything's just overwhelming him. Maybe, it's just all too much for him. Something happens, but he falls unconscious. And that's when episode 6 ends. So this is no longer a micro cliffhanger. This is probably closer to what you'd call an actual cliffhanger, because, this is kind of major. Something weird has just happened. A lot of his friends have just disappeared. The creature seems to be a part of it, but he's not entirely sure yet. And now he's just fallen unconscious. So this seems to be a very pivotal part in the show, and is more of a major cliffhanger. So it's more reason for the listener to go to the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. This is sort of more just a recap of episode 6. Now, I do want to say, now that more characters have been introduced, I am hoping to start... this is a non-profit. I'm not making any money off this right now. and so I won't be able to pay actors. But I'm hoping to have some other voice actors. I can't guarantee it, but I'm hoping to have some other voice actors in the show to differentiate between Amber, David, Sarah, Mike. I mean, not Mike, Ethan. Don't know why I said Mike. Amber, Sarah, David, and Ethan, and any other characters in the show. Now, I do also feel, though, that could be a little confusing, having it be from me doing all the voices to someone else doing the voices. If that does happen, then please excuse the lack of continuity. But it may not. I may not be able to find other actors for the show, especially ones that just want to do it for free, because obviously, I'd imagine most people would want to be paid for their services. But if there's somebody that does, then I would very greatly appreciate it, and it'd probably be easier for differentiating between the 4 characters. But as of now, because it's just me voice acting, I hope you can find that you're able to differentiate between all the characters with reasonable ability, because while it is my voice for all of them, I'm going to be trying to employ as many ways as I can to differentiate between them all. But as I said, especially if the show becomes more popular, I will be looking into getting more actors for the show, so not just myself. So with that being said, now I have something to ask you, dear listener, and that is, if you know anybody at all who you think would either enjoy The Mark, this YouTube series, or both, then please go ahead and share either or both with that friend or friends, as right now, that is my best way of reaching new listeners. So if you know somebody or people who you think would enjoy the show, please go ahead and share it with them, because the more listeners I have, the more time I'll be able to put into the show. The more time I'm able to put into the show, and the more listeners that I have, the better the show is going to be, and I'll probably be able to invest in voice actors as well, other than myself. So, yeah, please go ahead and share the show with a friend if you enjoy, and hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode.